Do your thing, King.
All right. So we're gonna go to no guessing mode because uh
What?
yeah, no guessing mode because we don't because that like I feel like that would be the best way for me to teach you without having to tell you, oh, at this point you have to guess. Because I feel like 60, maybe 70% of Minesweeper is logicking your way through it, and the other 30% is just guessing. So I wanna teach you. I think like no guess would be the best way to teach you the basics. So you're gonna click on that X spot right there. So
Wow.
yeah, so in Minesweeper, you're trying to click on all of the safe tiles, all the safe boxes, and you're trying to
This is
avoid all
not safe.
that is not safe. No, but
Awesome.
the idea here is that the numbers are indicating how many bombs are surrounding it. Um,
Okay.
so as you can see on that run on that right side, there's that one little box that's still remaining because
Mm.
it's one of the ones says, "Hey, amongst the 8 boxes around me, there is one bomb." But we already
Sweet.
but we already see
Oh,
that
shut up.
but we already see
Sorry.
that there's 8 boxes that's already safe and there's only one that's remaining. So obviously that's going to be the bomb. An easy
Right.
way for us to remember which are bombs and which aren't, you can right click that box and it will put down the flag. So now,
Okay.
no matter what you do, if you left click that box, it's not going to let you. You're going to be safe. So you're all good. You're all Gucci there. You're going to
Okay.
notice like
Okay.
near the
Awesome.
center, there's another one that only has one box remaining. So that's all.
Hmm.
So usually you're gonna see corners in Minesweeper, and that's more often than not, it's gonna be a mine. But you still have to be really careful. You still have to be very mindful of the board itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause sometimes I would think that a corner is a bomb and everything else is safe, but then I was wrong, and then I lose the board. So that happens.
Mm,
So I and this
right.
so that middle corner that you can see there, that's you can tell that that's a mine because it has the same. It's the same logic from the one we first did. So you can put down a red flag there,
A red flag here.
in the center, in the middle one.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So that automatically solves a bunch of the other ones surrounding it, right? So
Right.
the one that is at the right side of that flag. So that's already solved. So we already found the one bomb that that thing is supposed to be pointing at. So
Okay.
if you double click that one,
This one.
to the right, to
This
to,
one.
to the right. Do you know which one's your right?
Right.
The
Yeah.
one directly to the
This.
right of it. No, up
This one.
that one. Yeah,
Oh.
if you click on
Oh.
that, yeah. So if you click on that and it found, oh, there's already one flag, I will click all of the other tiles that I can. So
Okay.
that's called cording. Um,
Right.
so you can from what was open from the 3 tiles that was revealed, you see there's another one uh to the bottom to the down right side of that flag, right? So that's also solved, right?
Right.
So if you click on that, if you double click that, it opens up another one.
Oh.
So
Okay.
so flagging and cording is pretty much the safest way of going through a board of Minesweeper, especially if it's your first time playing. Um,
Right.
tell me what other clues and logics you can find yourself.
Oh shit. Um. Hmm. Hmm. I don't even know where to begin. Um. Because in my head, I'm just like guess, 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 guess.
So
Uh.
you already have one flag at the middle near the middle, right? Um,
Yeah.
what other numbers does that solve for you?
This one.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Wow. Okay. So this one should be solved
Yeah.
too. Right. Hmm. Okay. This is tricky though. This one, no, none of these would be. Uh, wait, if there's two here,
Yeah.
most likely there's gonna be a mine here.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, that's the only other option there is. So what
Yeah.
does that
Okay.
solve? Does that solve any
So
other
I
clues?
think would that solve this one? Hmm. I'm not sure. Because if that's one, do mine. Oh wait. If there's two,
Yeah.
most likely it'll be
Well,
these
yeah.
two.
Uh, keep it. Try to look. Uh, is there any other flag that surrounds that too? In the 8 squares surrounding that too, do you see any other flags surrounding it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know.
all right. So how on that number two, how many flags do you see are adjacent to it? It can be orthogonally, it can be diagonally. Is there any other flags that's touching that too?
Yes,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Oh,
So it would be that one.
so
No?
that
Would I right click this one?
that would be a left click. That would be safe because if you look at the two, you go at the upper right corner. There's also another flag there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one, and then you put down another flag just earlier, so that's already two. So
So
that
that's surrounding these ones, right?
yes, yes. So
Ah.
that would
So this
be
one would be safe.
yes.
Okay. So shit. Hmm.
So what I normally look for are ones because that's usually a lot easier to think of compared to like twos or threes. Because if there's a one, I would look, okay, is there a corner? Is there only one other box left that it could be? So that tells me that's definitely a flag there.
Hmm.
Say like that one that where your cursor is right now.
This would be a flag then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Kay, it's Minesweeper. I'm playing Minesweeper today. Okay. So would this be a flag? Yes. Question mark? I don't
Yeah.
really need to flag everything here, do I?
You don't need to flag. Flagging doesn't really finish the game. What it really finish the game is if you've clicked on all of the safe spaces.
Wait. So what do the blank spaces mean then?
So that means that there's absolutely no bombs in that area.
Right. Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay, so that means this one would be
uh, wait.
safe.
Double check that. So so walk me through your thought process on why you put down a flag there. The last one that you put down.
Wait. Yeah, no, actually, now
Yeah.
that I think about it, I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be the case. This one should be safe
Yes, that's right.
because we're assuming that this one would be the mine, right?
Yes.
Yes,
There you
sir.
go.
All
We're
right.
getting somewhere.
Okay. So that makes this safe.
Yes.
Should I just click on the one here
Yeah.
instead?
Yeah, you could. That would be a lot easier.
Oh. わかります. Okay. So if there's two here,
Uh-huh.
this one would definitely be a mine.
Yes.
Uh, so since that's safe,
Yep.
unsure about this one. So what if I click a two? What happens if I click a two?
If you pretty much the same thing as a one, but as long as it sees, oh, there's two flags surrounding me, then I can chord. But you can try clicking on that, but it's just going to like
It's risky.
it's not risky. It's not going to click on them. It's just gonna show you the four tiles that is surrounding it because it only
Mhm.
sees one flag surrounding it, so it's not going to chord. It's a good way you can do that when you're trying to check, oh, how many more flags does this clue need? And how many spaces are still touching it. So from that, you can say, oh, there is one flag in these four tiles. You can think of it that way.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Hmm. I'm probably overthinking this, but if I click somewhere here, but I don't really have any info on why I should be clicking there.
That would be a guess, more likely, because there's not a lot of information that would tell you. Oh, there you go. That's a good guess. Okay, so here's an interesting
Okay.
thing. You see that two right uh the two that's two spaces to the right of the one.
This
That
one.
one. Yeah. So which boxes is it still touching? So those two spaces,
Closest to
right?
these two.
So you
Yeah.
know that there's absolutely guaranteed to be at least one bomb there in between those two, right? But no matter where you put it, it's going to solve the one in the corner, right? So we know that there's one bomb in those two squares. But that one in the corner has three squares that it's touching, right? We know where it could possibly be, so that means that the one square on top of it has to be safe. Do you follow? Does that make sense?
But how does that? How do we know that then?
From the two.
So because since it's just going to be, it's
Yes.
definitely one of these two.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
There you go. Um,
Right.
you can use the same logic with the two on top of the bottom two.
Yeah.
The one at the bottom.
This one.
Yeah, so we know that those two yeah, that one. We know that there's a bomb in one of those two. No matter where it
Yeah.
is, it's going to solve that other two that's on top, right? The one that has a flag beside
Right.
it.
Yes.
Yes. So we know that it has to be on one of those bottom two spaces. So that means that the top left box has to be safe.
Checking
No,
both.
not that one. To
All
the
right.
left, to the right. To the,
This one's
that
safe.
one has to be safe. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
So most of the time in
Um.
Minesweeper, you're trying to view the board and trying to see, okay, which clues are solved, which ones still need flags. Um, yeah.
Huh. So this. Oh, it's really. Hmm. This is more of a guess, really. But that's risk. Any of these are risky, really, at this point.
So that top two, there's already a flag next to it, right? But there's only one other box where it could be. So that's guaranteed to be a mine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can put down a flag there. And does that solve? There you go. Okay, I can see one. So I can see one box that if you click, you'll solve the whole board.
If I click it, I'll solve the whole board.
Okay, there's one box that if you click, you'll solve the thing. You'll solve your first Minesweeper board.
This is a 50-50 too. I have a feeling it's definitely one of these two.
You put down the flag in the right spot though, earlier. There was a flag that you put down earlier on the left
I
side.
did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
The third box that you're not looking at.
This one.
Yeah, that one putting down a flag there was correct. There you go.
Wow!
Okay. Uh
I've never seen any. This shit's stressful as hell. Hold on.
and
Okay,
that's easy. You know, that's an easy board. Um uh
that was easy.
yeah, that was easy. Yeah, good job.
Shit,
Yeah, good job, man. That was your first
that did not.
Minesweeper.
That did not feel easy at all. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
Holy.
it doesn't feel that way right now, but you know, if you ever decide to keep playing, then it should be pretty, you know, you'll be able to breeze through it pretty easily. You can start a new board by clicking on that sunglass smiley face guy. There you go.
Right.
And then you can start
So
the whole,
this
yeah,
bang. So 2, 3.
yeah.
So that's done.
Hmm.
Huh. Uh, there's 2 there. Because this one would be safe. Done. All right.
Okay. So when you see okay, before you reset, you see that
Click,
there
click, click, click.
you see that
Mm-hmm.
the pattern is 1 2 1. Um,
Okay.
that's a pattern that is almost always guaranteed that the flags are gonna be in front of the ones.
Ah.
Because that's the only configure.
Right. Okay.
Because that's the only configuration where it would make sense. That's the only configuration that would solve all three of those clues without without contradicting one clue or the other. So that's the only configuration
Yeah.
that it could
Okay.
be.
I see it. I see it. I
Yeah,
see it. I
yeah,
actually see it. You see it. Totally. What's up? Sorry.
yeah.
Okay. Let's try that again. Let's try that. Again.
Sure.
Run it back.
Run it back.
3. So that means these 3
Yeah.
would be mines. Hmm. Okay. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Shit. 2 here. That means this one would be safe.
That was a guess actually. So you're only looking at at the 8 squares surrounding that number. So the numbers are only indicating the spaces that is touching it. Does that make sense?
Hmm. I
So
think so.
so clicking on that box was way too far for that to be like to be up, you know, um think of it as like a field of vision, right? That box is way too far for that to know anything about.
Hmm. Okay.
But that was a good guess though, because that is automatically solved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Shoot. This one is not really. Hmm. Huh. Where the heck do we go from here? Uh.
So the reason why I chose no guessing mode is because you do not need to guess at all the entire game. There's always going to be some logic that you can use to move forward. There's absolutely no need for you to guess.
Hmm. Hmm.
See, so
Or
that
is
three
that
is already solved, isn't it?
this one, right?
Yeah.
If I click that one, okay. Uh, my brain. My brain. Which one of these would be? Because I'm guessing it's clicking somewhere here, or if it's a one over it, it'd still be either one of these two though.
It's either one of those two, and either way, does that solve any other clue besides the one that you're looking at?
Mm,
Tangina, wait lang. May
uh,
may nag-read din ng Tagalog time. Ang hirap, dude, ang hirap magturo ng Minesweeper ng Tagalog. Tangina. Okay,
These
sige.
people's minds, baby, yes sir.
Hindi, kaya to,
This
kaya to.
shit's tough, bitch. I don't lie.
Ang hirap na nga magturo ng Minesweeper ng English tapos sa Tagalog pa. Hi, Kyria.
Uh,
Salamat sa Tagalog time.
this is okay, okay, okay.
Kaya mo yan.
Hmm. I
So, may isang one na isa na lang yung box na open na pwedeng i-click. May isang one na may corner na ano. Hindi, wala. Buti na lang, walang Tagalog time si Flash.
That'd be horrible.
Sipin mo yun.
That would be terrible. I don't even want to imagine it. No, sir. There's a one that I can solve. There's a one that I can solve?
Yep. Yeah, oo.
There's a one that I can solve. There's a one. But apparently I can solve, and I don't see it.
Nasa bandang baba.
Here?
It's
Here?
Sa kaliwa. Kung alam mo kung ano yung kaliwa.
Wait. Okay. So somewhere here.
Ano yan? Ano?
Two. This one. Wait, that means this one would be a mine. Question mark?
Yan, try mo. Subukan mo.
Yeah, okay.
Tama.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay. 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 Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ang
My
madaling,
dumbass.
ang pwedeng mong tingnan yung mga kanto. Kanto. Kasi yung mga kanto, tapos puro one yung clue doon. Malamang sa malamang bomba yon.
So this one.
Tama.
So that means that's safe. Click on that one.
Tama.
Okay. So that means I can click this one probably.
Oops.
Oh.
Ilan na ba yung mines na meron siya? Nakita na humahawak sa kanya. Humahawak. Humahaplos.
That's even worse.
Ha? Haplos.
That's even worse, guy. Oh, hell no. Wait, so that one's already got one here. So that means this one should be safe.
Tama.
Okay. There's a lot of freaking ones, dog. Holy. Okay.
Yun, katabi. Katabi kasi yun, Flash. Haplos. Kadiri.
Hey, yo.
Okay, ano pa?
Okay. Okay. one, if there's only one around here,
So
has to be.
kung hindi ka pa sure, kung hindi ka sigurado kung alin dun yung safe or hindi, pwede kang tumingin sa iba pang parte ng board para iba naman yung isolve mo muna. Kasi yung
Okay.
sa parte na yan, wala kang masyadong walang ano eh, kulang pa yung alam mo, kulang pa yung impormasyon mo para
Mm.
makasabi, ito, bomba to sigurado. So, medyo kulang pa yung clues mo dyan. So, tingin ka
So
muna
I
sa
don't
iba.
have info.
Ah,
So let's look elsewhere. If there's only one here,
mm,
clearly that's a mine.
tama,
So that's one of the three here. If
tama.
there's a two here, that means that one has to be one.
Yes, God, thank God. Okay, Tagalog time is up. Hi, Bean. Hi, Bean. How you been? Sorry, someone redeemed Tagalog time, and it was horrible.
Hoplos is crazy work. All
Haplos.
right. Hmm. If there's a one here
Yeah,
and a three here, but there's one here as well.
yeah.
So that could mean that these two. This one's definitely one
How do you say?
because there's the three here and then there's the one that's touching here.
But there's also a one right on top of that.
Hmm.
So if you click on that one and it clicks, if that one space to the left of the one is safe and is blank, how does that solve the one that's on top of it? It wouldn't, right? So
Right.
so it has to be a different. It that can't be it.
Hmm. Type shit.
So that one on top,
This one's definitely one with
for
that then
sure. Yes.
possibly. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, cool. So that
oh wait.
means I can
Oh
click
wait. I thought you said that one was definitely safe because
no.
it already has a flag beside it.
But what was making me hesitate was because there's two here, but that doesn't mean that that has to be there.
No, because there's
But
four
since there's a
others.
one next here,
Yeah, because there's
yeah,
four
so that
others.
means this one would be safe.
Yes.
Awesome. That that's
So let's go back to that one at the top there. How
okay.
many other boxes does it could where the, how many other boxes the flag could be?
Could be these three here.
The other one that's on top.
This one.
Second, sorry. So third column, second row.
This one.
That one. So how many flags? How many other spaces does it have where the flag could be?
So there's only the one space here, right?
Right. So that definitely is safe or not safe.
It's not safe.
So that's a bomb.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you look. Okay, what does that solve any other clues around it?
This one.
Yeah.
All right. So that solves this one too, technically.
Yep.
So that means the bomb's here.
Oop. Why?
Because there's still the three that's touching here.
So how many
Oh wait,
flags would
no.
that be? Yeah.
That's safe. Because
Yes.
that's
Yeah. There's a light bulb moment. There you
dang.
go.
And then okay, so that means this one's a bomb. All right?
Which one are you trying to solve?
The two.
The two. So how many squares could it be?
Three.
Only two.
Well, two technically.
Okay.
Because I've already flagged one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Isn't that a pattern? 1 to 1?
So that means this one's safe.
Yes.
And then this one's the bomb.
Yes.
Okay. So
Does
that means this one's solved.
yes.
Okay, okay. And this one's solved. That means this is the bomb.
Not
So that
necessarily,
means
because there's one
oh,
there are two spaces there where it could be.
right, because there are the two here.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Hmm. How did I get to, okay. Man. Let's see. 2 and a 1. So this one would that mean that this corner the bomb?
Yes.
Awesome. So that solves that. So it means this would be 1.
Well, you sure?
No, I'm never sure. I'm never damn sure.
No, that's okay.
Um,
S-
hmm.
So does that one already have a bomb beside it?
Yes.
So that's already
That
solved.
means this is yeah. Ah, right, right. Gotcha. So that means this question mark
Is what?
should be flagged.
Yes.
That's not safe. Awesome. Okay. Oh, no, that one's a bit risky. But there's one here.
Yeah.
Wait, that means this one should be solved.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, look at that.
And then, this one's a bit tricky though. Is it tricky? That is tricky.
Does that flag solve anything?
No, I don't think it does.
It does.
Does it?
It solves that one beside it.
This one?
No, the one beside it. To the left of it.
This one?
No.
Huh?
Go back to that flag,
This flag?
and then to one space to the left.
This one's solved. Oh yeah, right.
There you
Okay.
go.
So that's to be avoided. 2,
Uh-huh.
1. Hmm. Anything here that's solved is this, but that doesn't do me anything.
Go to the right. That is the to the right. One more,
This one is.
and
Oh,
then two spaces up. Okay, so that too already has a bomb beside it, right? Where else could be the second bomb
oh
be?
yeah.
There you
Then
go. So does that solve anything?
that one.
Okay, what
Does this
else?
solve anything? Yes.
Okay, what else?
Yes.
There you go. Hey, look at
Wow.
that. You've beaten your personal best in time and efficiency, man. Look at that. Uh,
What the shit?
so yeah, that was your fastest time yet. You've beaten your previous
Okay.
score of 899 seconds. By the way, the timer only goes up to 999.
Damn. So
But
does it just like nah you're done
yeah,
type shit?
no, like it doesn't count any farther than that. But
Ah,
you can still solve the board even after it reaches that point. But
right, right. Okay.
at that point, like you're not beating any personal best for sure.
No, I would not be. You got the face working again? Yes, sir. I don't know how, but TikTok fixed itself. So yeah, or we fixed it. We fixed it,
Great.
kind of.
Are you comfortable with solving one more easy board, or do you feel a little
Run
bit
it
more?
back!
Run it back.
Run it back! Boom! I think.
That's correct.
So that solves this.
Yes. What else does it
Okay.
solve?
This.
Okay. What does that solve?
Um, this one.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, type shit. This one should solve,
Yeah.
right? So
Oh,
that would be where the mine.
that's right. Yeah,
No?
that's right.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Hold on.
Sorry.
You made me question.
Sorry.
You made me question myself. Holy. All right. Okay. We're getting somewhere. 2. No, 1. Okay. There isn't really anything solved here that I can see.
I can see two places where you can solve something.
Two places where I can solve something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They're both.
This one has to be a mine.
That's correct.
Okay.
What
So
does that
that's
solve?
solve this one.
Uh-huh. What else?
Um, this one.
That's right. Okay, cool. So that was one of them.
Okay. So there's two here. One's already been. One's a. This ain't Listen, no, this is not. I'd rather play this than Genshin Haikyuu. Hell no. I ain't going back to that game ever again. Okay. So two. 2-1. That means this is a bomb.
Yes.
It doesn't really solve the two though.
No, but it does reveal one safe space. Because if you look at the two below that, it tells you that the other bomb can only be in the two boxes right next to it, right? But regardless of where it is, it will solve the two above it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So if it solves the two, where would the safe space be?
This one.
Oh, wait. It could be a bomb, right?
Wait.
Because of the bottom two.
Hmm. Right. So the corner's the safe space?
No. Think of
Oh,
the.
this one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Because that's the
Cool.
only space where it cannot be. And it would satisfy both of those clues.
The
That doesn't.
bomb's top left space. Space is middle left. Huh? Fuck, you're confusing me. Stop. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
if
that
there's still
doesn't.
two here, that means
So that
the
doesn't
bomb is
really.
here.
Not necessarily, because
Huh.
there's two spaces where it could be. So finding that safe space doesn't necessarily help us move forward, or it doesn't really give us any valuable information. But at the very least, it's one safe space that we don't have to worry about moving forward. It narrows down
Okay.
where the bombs couldn't be. There's a clue there's a clue at the fourth row um, that should be solved already.
There's a on the fourth row that's solved.
Yeah.
Huh?
Without having to put down the flag, you should see that it's automatically solved as it is.
What?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. First and second column on the fourth row.
First and second. Oh.
To the leftmost column. Okay, and then down. No, 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 that was right. Go down,
Yeah.
down.
Is
That has to
this one?
be safe or not safe.
Hey.
So think of the two that's below that. So it says that among the two boxes that you can still click on, two of them are bombs.
It's okay. So that means this would be safe?
Not
Question
necessarily.
mark?
Not necessarily. We don't know. We don't know enough about that space. We don't know about that space yet. But the
It's not safe.
go down.
I only know how to put ball and hoop. I know how to put ball and hoop.
Go down, down, down. So those two
Okay.
spaces have to be bombs, right? Because the two
These, yeah,
below that says that among those two squares, two of them are bombs. Both of them are bombs, right?
yep. So these two are definitely not safe then.
Right. So by putting down flags there, does it solve any other clue?
This one.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay, where else?
Has it solved something already?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But do you see anything else that could be solved?
Hmm. Oh no. No. Hmm. Is there one that's that's
So go back. Go to the right. Oh wait. Fourth column. The twos
Mhm.
that are sitting on top of each other. Um,
Yeah,
where else could there bomb be? There's still one other bomb
just
that they're
this
look
one.
just that one. Yes. So that is not
So
safe. You can put down a flag. Does that solve anything?
right, so this one.
Does it solve anything else?
One oh this one.
There you go. Hey,
Ah,
look at that. Back to back beating your personal best in time.
hooray.
So
Hooray.
where's your head at? Is there anything that's am I is there anything that you're still a little bit too confused about, that you're a little unsure about?
How to use my brain is the only thing I believe that I am unsure about.
Okay, let's try something else. I'm going to share my screen, and then
Sure.
I'm going to go through a board, and I'll talk you through my thought process, and what
All
I
right.
see, and then hopefully you can pick something up from that. Sound good?
Fingers crossed.
Okay. So I'm going to go into Discord. I'm gonna share my screen, and then share this one. Okay, you see it?
Yes. Let
Okay.
me move this one here. Okay.
Why is it like that? Okay, so I'm going to open it up. So first thing I look for are corners with
Mhm.
ones. So this one only has one other space, so this is definitely 100% unquestionably a bomb. That partially solves this too, but there are three other spaces where it could be, so that doesn't really tell me enough where it could be. So I'm gonna move on with something else. Here's another one that only has one other space, so this has to be the bomb. That flag solves this one, so that's safe. That reveals another one, and that already has a flag, so this is automatically safe. And that's a really big opening. That's really nice. I see this two only has one other
Yeah.
bomb. This
So
already
that
has a
has
flag,
to
so
be
this
it.
has to be it. So that's safe.
Mhm.
This two has two bombs in these three spaces, but it's surrounded by a bunch of ones that only has one other space available. So I know that this is safe for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see that. Okay.
I see the pattern 121, and like I said, this is guaranteed to be this configuration because it cannot be anything else.
Mm.
There's another 121, so that one's safe. Um, I know that this is a bomb, and that solves this one,
Mhm.
so this is solved. This is safe. This two only has one other space. It already has one flag, so this one has to
Yeah.
be the bomb. That
Mhm.
solves this one, so that means this one was safe. That also solves this two and this
Okay.
three because the
Yeah.
bombs can only be here. And I know
Mhm.
that this one was already a bomb, so this one has
Yeah.
to be safe.
So that's
That was the last one. Was that too fast, or were you
no, no,
able?
no. I got it. I got it.
Great. I'm gonna go through one more just to show you.
This is this is low key easy. Maybe if you used your brain a bit, you wouldn't need any.
It's easy because we're in no guessing mode. It's guaranteed. We're guaranteed to never have a 50-50 situation. When you're in that, bro, if you are in like a board like this big and
Oh hell
you're
no!
down to your last two squares and it's a 50-50,
Oh
brother,
oh
it
hell
hurts.
no!
Brother, it hurts so bad.
Oh what? Ew no!
But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're getting at it.
Yeah,
We're
a little
chilling.
bit.
We're chilling. We're on easy mode. So again, the first thing I look for are corners with ones. So this one has to be the mobs. Same thing with this one. That solves this two. That
Yep.
solves this two again.
Hmm.
This two only has one other space. It already has one flag, so this has to be. This is the only space where the last bomb could be. Same
Yep.
thing for this three. We found two bombs. This is the only other space where the third one could be. That solves this three.
Yep.
This solves this one.
Mm.
We can leave these be.
Yep.
So the thing with Minesweeper, you don't need to put down the bombs. You don't need to put down the flags in order to
If
win
it's
the
like
game.
obvious,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
gotcha.
but it's still helpful to put down in case you're. Oh, I need to. It's easier for me to visualize which one's safe and which one aren't.
Mm.
This three only has one other space. This one has to be the bomb. That solves this one. It
Okay.
solves this
Yep.
one. This one has to be the
No.
bomb. Solves this one, and it solves. Oh, would you look at that? Personal best.
Nice.
Nice. So yeah,
Okay.
so that you're kind of following now, right? So
Kind of.
so let's go back to your share screen.
Small brain. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go back to you. And then
Run it back.
let's watch you
Bang.
solve your own.
Bang. So this is solved.
Yeah.
Another corner with ones.
Mhm.
That's solved.
Mhm.
Hmm. This one's already solved too.
Yeah.
So I can click that. 2, 1, 3. We already have one here,
Mhm.
so that means it could just be one of these three.
Mhm.
That's risky though. Let's see. Eh, I probably should look at somewhere else.
Mhm.
Question mark?
Yeah.
Um, hmm. Where else could be obvious?
You can always go back to previous clues that you kind of skipped over. Maybe something opened up. Maybe it cleared something up. There is a two that only has one available tile left.
This one.
A two.
Are you talking about this one?
No.
A 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that means this would be the bomb.
Yeah.
So that solves this.
Mhm.
And that solves this.
Mhm.
Um. Okay. Okay. Corner with one, so that means that's the bomb. Okay. That solves this one. Solves this one. Corner. Solves this one.
Yeah.
No.
Oh. So
Come on.
that's why I say that corners with ones almost always, but not guaranteed. Because see that there's a one that already has a bomb, right? Do you see that? The one below
Yeah.
it, the one down. So that means that the space that you flagged was actually safe. So that's a really funny thing that Minesweeper does. It gives you corners when it's actually safe. So you have to be careful and mindful about the whole board before you can be sure about what your next move is.
Okay. Okay.
So it gets tricky like that.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah.
you're definitely way better than when we started. That's for sure.
Okay. That's so wait, 1, 2, 1. That's not a pattern, is it?
No.
No. If there's one here, that means yeah, so this one would have been safe.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 1, 2. So that means this has to be a bomb.
Yeah.
And that solves nothing. This one should be a bomb.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't really solve much. Hmm. I've only gotten a bit of info here, but wait, this one should be safe.
Yeah.
Uh, there's still two. There's two here,
Mm-hmm.
and there's one here. So this has to be
Has to be.
a
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah.
So this solves this,
Mm-hmm.
and this,
Mm-hmm.
and this.
Mm-hmm.
There's two bombs there. There's one only on these sides here, so this has to be bomb.
Oh, you sure?
No. Oh wait, no, because these ones, no, these ones are already connected to this one.
Yes, that's
So
right.
that means, okay, so that means even if yeah, that still could be one of these two. This one's solved.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay, wait. Count the five. So that's five, right?
Mhm.
Count the clickable spaces it has left, though.
2, 3, 4, 5. So that means all of these are bombs. That's
Yeah.
safe.
Yes.
Oh, and
So,
this one
as
is.
scary as it is to find a number that big, at least it gives you so much information.
Mm.
The highest number I've ever
So,
seen was a 7. I've never s-
oh, hell
I've
no.
never seen an 8 before.
Jeez. Wait, okay, so that's safe.
Yes.
There's two here, so this is safe.
Oh,
There's one
well,
here, so that's safe.
so one more.
We did it.
Sorry. Oh yeah, you got it. Nice. Oh, look at that.
Yes,
That is
her.
significantly faster than your previous one.
Yes, her.
Yeah. The last one was 400 seconds. You got it down to 164.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
We're doing it.
I
I
think
think.
you're ready for hard.
Okay.
I think you're ready, man. I think you're ready.
All right. All right. All
From
right.
easy to
Okay.
hard.
From easy to hard. Shit. This is a huge fucking. Okay. What the fuck? You're telling me. Wait. So there's a one here.
Uh-huh.
So you're telling me that this is a bomb,
Yeah.
which solves this one,
Yeah.
which solves this one,
Yeah.
which solves this one.
Yeah.
There's two here. This tells me that this is a bomb.
Yeah.
Hmm. Has that solved anything? Yes.
Mm. Oh.
This one has. Hmm. What info can I go off on right now? There's one here. So that could also mean that it's this one. Or it could mean that it's both.
Could be.
But that doesn't really give me. I mean, does
So
it give me info?
think of the left one. How many boxes does it have left? The left
This
no,
one
the
has
one the two ones that are beside each other. Uh no, to
on the left.
the one that you were looking at earlier.
This one.
Up. Another up
So
to the
these
left.
two are these ones.
Yes. So one of them only has one space remaining.
So that's a bomb then,
There you go.
100%.
100%.
And that solves this one.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. It's twos though.
Would it be
Three
helpful for you to
spaces.
know that there are two flags that you can put down that I can see? Or does that just throw you off?
I'm looking at this one for
Yeah.
some reason. This
Yeah.
corner 2
Yeah.
needs a flag. And
Does that help partially solve anything?
Well, any of these really.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, but there's a 3 here and a 2 here.
What
So
about the two beside that?
there.
Yeah, that's right.
And that solves this.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Does that help me with anything else? Hmm. This one still has 2. Wha- This is. Hmm.
So that two that you're pointing at right now, how many bombs does it
Mm-hmm.
already have?
1.
Where else
And
could
there's
the bomb
2.
be?
So that means that could be there.
There you go.
And that solves this.
Yes, it does.
Hmm.
At that point, can say that you can leave that alone for now. There's one other
Yep.
part of that whole cluster that you can solve. You see the 2 3 1 1 at the right side?
2, 3. This one.
Yeah. Okay, so you can solve that one, I'm sure.
Can. Wait, I can?
Yeah, you can. You can figure that out.
The 2 3 1 1.
So think it through. What are the clues that you have? How many bombs are there?
So we know there's 1 bomb here.
Yep.
And this space needs 2.
Yep.
That makes this a bomb.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's 2, 3. But there's a 1 here. So that makes this a bomb.
Uh, the one on top, yes, it does say that there's a one that could be there, but the one that
Hmm.
actually tells you that that space is absolutely 100% a bomb is the one to the left. Is the
This
clue?
one.
Yeah, that tells you that that bomb is absolutely bomb because that's the only other space
Yeah.
where it could be.
And that's it. That lets me solve this.
Yep. What else does it solve?
Um, this.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's only 1 here. So this one's definitely a bomb.
Yes. Does it solve anything?
This one.
Yes.
And this one.
Yes.
Okay. This is- Okay, okay, okay. Which ones? No, it doesn't tell me much. Uh,
So there's a two that's already
hmm,
solved.
this one.
Yes.
And that means that's a bomb.
Yes.
So that means this is solved.
Yes.
There's 2 on this one,
Yeah.
but there's also 2 on this one.
Yeah. But the first two, how
But
many
this
other
one only one
spaces?
has
There you go.
that one.
Yeah.
So that means this is safe.
Yes.
Okay.
You can keep
Okay.
going.
Okay. I can keep going.
Yeah.
I can?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. There's another two that you can solve. Not that one.
There's another 2 that I can solve.
Around the same area. The one that's below the
I
flag.
can't. This one.
Yeah.
Wait. Huh?
Yeah.
How?
How many spaces? Where else could the bomb be?
Oh, so this is a bomb, you mean,
Yes.
is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So this means that means this is safe.
Yes.
Okay.
What else does that solve?
This one.
Yes. What else?
This one.
Yes. What else? There's one other two that's already solved.
This one.
There you go.
Okay. That Okay.
Okay, so I'm looking at the board. So at this point, I'm gonna show you something a little bit tricky. You see that those three twos that are stacking up to each other? Not that one, the other one to the right.
Sure.
That one. Okay. So
Okay.
look at the top two. Right. When I say top two,
Yeah.
like the number two that's on the top. Which spaces does it say does the last bomb have to be?
Either of these two.
Either of those two. So if you put a bomb on either one of those two, doesn't that solve the middle two?
So if I put a bomb on either,
Yeah.
I can click this one.
Yeah. So and where would the safe space be? What would that open up if that were the case? Knowing that there can only be one, knowing that there's one bomb definitely between those two spaces, there's a third space that that middle two is looking at that is absolutely safe, right?
There is?
So what are the three spaces that that middle two is touching?
These, so yeah.
Yeah. So we know that between the top square, the middle square, and the third square, the bomb has to be in either the top or the middle. And
So that means makes this safe?
yes, because that middle two already has a flag touching it. Do you see that?
Okay.
Did you see that?
Yes.
So you can remove those flags because it gets a little bit confusing because we're not sure yet. So the knowing where the bombs could be for one clue can help you figure out which are the safe spaces for another one. So for example, that bottom two. Do you look so which are the three spaces that it's touching?
1, 2, 3.
So
But there's a 1 here.
but there's a one there. So no matter where we put that last bomb for that two is going to solve that one. So for that one, the bomb can only be in those three spaces.
And it most likely is this one. Is from
Not likely. It could be, could not be. But the point I'm trying to make here is that there are six spaces, right? There are six spaces that that one is touching, right?
Yeah.
Among those three spaces, the bomb can only be in the three that we were looking at. So what does that mean for the rest of the spaces that it's touching?
Wait, huh?
Okay, so uh, uh, the three spaces that the two is touching, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There has to be a bomb there, but it's
Yeah.
sharing those three spaces with the one. The one has six spaces that you can click on, but we know
Yeah.
the three spaces where a bomb could be, right?
Yeah.
What does that mean for the other three spaces that you can click on? Does that make them safe or not safe?
It makes them safe.
Right. So you can click on those three. Yeah, that one. That one has to be safe. So is the one on top. So is the
And
one at
this
the
one
bottom.
is safe.
Yeah. Right. Boom.
Huh.
So are you following the logic there on why we found out that those three are safe?
Yes.
Great.
Mr. Cat, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that, big dog. Okay, so that means this has to be where the bomb is.
Yes.
For that too. And that solves this one.
Yes.
That where there's a 1 here,
Yes.
that solves this one.
Yeah.
And this one.
Yeah.
There are 1s on these two, but there's also 1 on that too. So that's not really ideal. Is there anything else that was solved?
Yes, I can see
There's
one.
2 here. So that means this has to be the bomb for
Yeah.
that. That makes this safe.
Oh.
Does it?
Well, there's still, it only has one bomb.
Oh no, wait, yeah, it only has one. Yeah.
But we know that there's a bomb uh in 2 spaces. We know for sure that there's a bomb in 2 spaces out of the 3. Do you know why?
Why?
Because there's a 1 beside it.
Okay.
No, to the left.
This one.
Yeah. So that one says that among those 2 squares, one of them is a bomb. But
Hmm.
it's sharing those 2 spaces with the 2, right?
Hmm.
So for that 2, out of the 3 spaces that it's touching, only 2 of them has the bomb. There. So that one is,
This one,
yeah,
right?
yeah, because that solves the 2.
That's a 1-1.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
solves this.
yeah.
Okay. This one, that solves this.
Count the ones.
Count the ones.
That flag
What?
solves. How many flags does that one already have?
Ah, this one.
There you go.
Right, and this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means this has to be the bomb,
Yes.
which solves this one.
No, there's still only 2.
Ah, that's only 2. Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, there's 2 here. There's 1 here. I don't know if that doesn't really. I don't know why, but with how I'm thinking about this makes me think that this is a bomb.
Yeah, that's correct. Because of the middle 2.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, here you go.
So that solves this
Yes.
and this.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So with these ones, it's only 2 boxes I can click, but that's still 2 boxes I can click. And same with this one. So that means this has to be the bomb.
How many bombs does that one have? There's a bomb. There's a one that
1.
has. What about the one beside that? To the left.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. But like, you have to be mindful of other clues that might already be solved.
I see. Wait, so there's only 1 space here. That means this has to be a bomb.
Yes.
And that solves this one.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. There's bomb.
Yes.
Solve.
Yes.
Solve.
Yes.
Solve.
Yes.
Okay. What am I? There has to be something here that I've missed. That.
Is it helpful if I give you clues as you're solving it, or do you want me to only give you clues when you ask for it? Because I don't want to,
I
I don't
don't
want to,
know.
because I don't want to mess up whatever thought process you're going through, by railroading it and overriding it with mine.
I mean, I guess just feel free to interject if there is something wrong with my thought, like my
Yeah.
thought process.
Okay. So what are
Wait,
you?
this one's solved. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, that's solved.
Huh. Is it 2, 2, and a 1?
Yeah.
That means this has to be a bomb.
Yes.
This one's solved.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. So there's 3 spaces. No. Wait, 1, 2, 3. This has to be a bomb.
Yes.
1, 2. That still leaves me with 3 spaces though. How many can I click here? 4. So that means. But there's a 1 here.
Yeah. Uh,
One,
what about that
two.
two?
2 only has 1, so that means this has to be a bomb.
Yeah. How many more bombs does that four need?
2 more.
Can it be? Can you put two bombs near that one? You can't, right? There can only be
Yeah.
one bomb there. So
Hmm.
where could the last one be? So among those three spaces, we know there's one amongst the two.
This is safe.
That no, that's a bomb
No?
because you still
Really?
need you still need two more bombs, right? You still need to put down two more flags for that four.
Yeah.
And
Okay. So that means the one underneath the one would be safe then.
not necessarily, that's still a 50-50 there,
Oh, okay.
right?
Okay.
Because for that four, for the four, there's a bomb beneath. There's a bomb amongst the two spaces there, right? But
Hmm.
it's sharing those two
Sharing a
spaces with the
1.
one. That one has three spaces, so we know that there's a bomb
Would have to
between
be the bomb there.
either one of those two has to be the bomb. So
Okay.
the third space that it's touching has to be safe.
Right. I see. Okay. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. 3. So a 1, a 1. This has to be, right?
You don't know enough to know that for sure.
Okay, so I need to look elsewhere.
Yeah.
I need to look elsewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's 2 spaces here. Okay. There's 2 here. And a... Hmm.
So look at
2.
the
So this has to be a bomb.
yes. So look at that 1 2 2 that you were looking at earlier.
One, yeah, this one.
Okay, the middle two.
Yep.
So think of what configurations could there be that will satisfy the one and the two together. So because you can't put two flags near the one, right?
It would have to be these 2, right?
That one that you're pointing at right now is definitely a bomb. No, the one
This
earlier.
one.
No, the earlier.
This one.
That one has to be the bomb because you cannot put. So if we number those three spaces as 1 2 3, there cannot be two flags in both 1 and 2 because that would contradict the one clue on top,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So the bomb has to be in either one of those two spaces. And that means that the third space that the one is touching has to be
Has
safe.
to be. So that's the third one's safe.
Oh wait, the four is already solved.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. What else does that
Okay.
solve?
2,
What else?
1.
What else? There's a
Okay.
one that's solved.
This one.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Wait. So that has to be the bomb.
Yes.
Hmm. There's a 1 here. This has to be 1.
Yep.
Uh, does that solve anything? That one.
Yep.
That makes this a bomb,
Yes.
which solves nothing.
Yeah.
But it does give me info. Thank you for the likes, by the way. Appreciate it. I'm like hella locked in right now, chat. Not gonna lie. Hmm. No, that doesn't really mean that this is a bomb.
It does. Look at the
Does
three.
it?
Look at the three.
Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
so that solves this one. Um, 1, 2. There's still too many. Still too many numbers to. Is it 3? How many spaces? 4. Hmm.
What about the two that's beside it?
This one.
No, 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 the one you were looking at earlier.
This
The
one.
below. There. That one. For 50 minutes, 20 minutes. Okay, so that too, right?
Hmm.
Which spaces is it touching? How many spaces does it still have?
2. So that means these two are bombs.
Yes.
Okay.
Does that solve anything?
This one
Yeah. What
and
else?
this one.
There you go.
Um. Okay. Okay. There's 3 here,
Yeah.
and it's only touching 3 spaces left, so that has to be bombs,
Yeah.
which solves this one.
Yeah. What else?
Hmm. Does this solve anything else?
Yes, it does.
This one.
There you go.
Okay. How many spaces? That's still too risky.
You
Is
sure?
it?
How many fags does it
Wait.
have?
1, 2, 3. No, these have to be bombs then,
There you go.
and that solves this one.
Yeah. What else?
Corner.
Oh, think about how many
Hmm.
bombs are already touching those ones.
Ah, yeah. There's one touching with that. There's one here.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be this one, since
Yep,
there's a one up top as well.
that's right.
There's one here. So that has to be one.
You sure? It could be the one on top too.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What about that
Hmm.
two?
This two only has one, so that means that's a bomb.
Right. And the three and the one share squares, right?
Hmm.
So
So
so we know that the three has to be on either the middle or the
it
bottom
has,
one, right? It
so
has
it
to
has
be.
to be,
So
yeah,
either one of those two. We're not sure yet, but
yeah,
that does show us that the one on top is safe.
it's safe. Yeah,
There.
but does this really give much away?
No. Look at that four.
That solves that one for sure. And the 3.
And the three.
Does this solve this one too? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's the flag there.
Yeah.
Right, right. Hmm. There's 3 spaces. No, there's.
Yeah, we can go back to that later.
Yeah. Damn, this is rough.
Which half do you wanna solve first? The right one or the left one?
I guess the right.
There's no wrong answer there. You just wanna know.
Yeah,
So
no. I
you
got
see that one, two, three. So the one and the two are sharing two spaces.
one. 2 spaces. Yeah.
So that means that the last bomb for that two to be solved is within is within the top and the middle square. So that means the
So that
third one
top
is
is.
hmm?
Wait.
So it's in either one of those two.
Hmm.
So but that does free up the third space that the 2 is touching. So that has to be
Safe.
safe. So if you click on that, if we look at the 3, how many
Yep.
spaces does it have left for us to look for the bombs in?
The 2. So that means those are bombs.
Yes. And that
And that
solves.
means these are bombs.
Yes.
So this is
Yes.
that's safe.
Oh,
That's safe.
oh.
Um, so that means this has to be a bomb.
Yes.
Can't really just randomly click on this one and assume that's safe.
No.
But this is safe.
Yes. How
And
would you
that's a
know?
bomb.
Oh, you sure? How many bombs do the 2
Oh wait,
have?
no, there's one touching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you know? It
You're right,
was
you're right,
safe.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Three ones here and it's twos. So that has to be a bomb.
Yes.
Okay. And there's only one space left here, so that's a bomb that
Yeah.
solves this.
Yeah.
Hmm. Um. Shit. From looking at this one,
Mm-hmm.
there's 3 spaces left. So it has to be. It's one of these 3. Or am I leaving that too many chances? Or am I in the right spot here
So
when
what's
it comes
your
to.
so what's your thought? What are you thinking here?
So there's 3,
Yeah.
right? The 3 and the 1 share one. So that
Yes.
means
So
it's
where
either. It has to be these 2.
it could be those 2.
Hmm.
The one on the leftmost that you're looking at is definitely a bomb. So you're right there.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that for that
That's
one,
this is though.
yeah, there you
Hold
go. That
on.
does.
Yeah.
So for that middle one, we know that the bombs can only be in the leftmost and middle squares. So that frees up the third one.
So this one's safe. Okay.
So the
Okay.
one at the top, that leaves only one more space. It only has one space left.
So that's where the bomb would be. That
Yes.
makes the 3. Yep.
Yes. There you
Okay.
go. Hey Bean, how you been?
Oh, okay. There's one here.
Yes.
There's 2 here. So that means these 2 could be bombs.
Those 2 are bombs.
Are bombs. Right. And that
They're
solves this one.
that's the only place where they could be for to solve the 2.
Hmm. If there's 3 here, it still could be any of these 3.
Oh, but look at the 2 though.
Yeah, so that means this one is. No, this one should be solved.
Yeah.
Hmm. And the 1 is solved.
Yeah.
Um, holy moly.
You're getting there. Look at that 3.
Yeah?
Go back to the 3 that you were looking at. The
This one.
the one earlier. Go back. There you go. So look at that 3. Nope. Back,
This one.
down.
This one.
That one. So look at that 3.
That's a bomb.
Okay. Does that solve
And that
anything?
solves this one.
Yes, it does. What else?
And this one.
What else?
Uh, this one.
Yeah.
That's a bomb. But that's obvious.
Yeah.
Um. Wait. Huh? Okay. Bruh. Bruh.
Look at the ones. That
These ones?
the one that only has one space left.
Yeah.
There's another one.
It's another one with one space left?
Yeah. It's among the
Huh?
one. It's among the ones that you just revealed.
Ah. Hmm. Yes, that one. This one.
Yeah.
So that means this is a bomb.
Yeah.
That solves this one.
What else?
And this one.
Nice.
Okay. The two and a one. This makes this a bomb.
Yes.
That solves this one.
Yeah.
There's a one here. This has to be a bomb.
Yeah.
And that solves this one.
Yeah.
And this one.
Yeah. What else?
I should have just clicked on the three. And this one.
What else?
Uh, there's another.
Yeah.
Um,
There's a 2 that's solved.
huh? Oh, this one.
Well, yeah, but there's another one. Up.
There
That
is
one. Down.
this one.
That
Oh
one.
yeah, there's one. Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
There's one left.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Okay. So if there's a two here and a two here, that means this has to be a bomb.
Yes.
Question mark. That solves this one. Awesome.
So it lags
Mm,
a bit. So sometimes that happens. It just lags. It'll catch up in a moment. Uh,
okay. Um, three. I don't know why, but I feel like I should be looking at this one. Lock in, Flash. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to lock in.
so you're
I'm
you're
trying.
you're
Well,
right that you can look at the 3. You're right at
yes,
looking at
sir.
that 3. So how many spaces did that 3 have left?
Two.
Right.
So that means these have to be bombs.
Yes. Which
That solves this
solves.
one.
That's right. Can you try
Awesome.
can you try
So this one.
refreshing the page? It's okay if you refresh. We're just kind of trying to give the server some a chance to catch up.
Please allow it.
But how are you holding up? How are you faring? How do you think you're faring? Oh no, I think Flash disappeared. Flash! Oh no, Flash disappeared. It's a sign. It was definitely a red flag, pun intended, that Minesweeper started to lag for him. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Flashy. Hey man, you good? Alright, while we're waiting for him to figure his shit out, let's go back to Minesweeper here. Let's try to do our own Minesweeper, our own board, while we wait for Flash to come back. Hopefully he comes back. But yeah, he's doing good actually. He's definitely picking up a lot of a lot of the basics and a lot of the fundamentals of it. What I have noticed is that it takes a while for him to find particular spots and areas that could be solved, but that's to be expected, given that this is his first time playing Minesweeper. But you know, for his first time, seems pretty good. I think he's doing really good. I'm not sure if Flash's stream can still hear me if he's disconnected. But if he is, hey, leave him a like, leave him a subscribe. If I don't know if his TikTok can still hear me as well. Hold on. There's one here, so this one has to be a bomb. So, oh wait, no, that was wrong. But he's definitely able to work out the logic and the solution himself. Uh, he's definitely like if you give him time, he'll definitely figure it out on his own. Um, we're just we're just helping him along. We're just giving him helpful advice and steering him in the right direction, as it were. Um, yeah, I think he's pretty. I think he's doing pretty good. I think he's doing really well. All right, let's play some music while he's away. How you doing, chat? How is everyone? Uh, didn't really get to talk much and chat that much with chat today, but that's okay. Just wanted to give Flash my undivided attention because he deserves that. Is a sign that Flash is not here anymore. Could be. I still got like 30 minutes to stream, but if he doesn't come back in like, oh, hold on. Wi-Fi going banana at the moment. No, that's alright. That's cool. Let's give him like 7 more minutes. See if he comes back. Hopefully he does. Because he was doing so well.
Holy!
Oh, hello, Flashy. Welcome back.
I'm back. My I don't know what happened there. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good.
Um.
Are you able to get
Okay.
your thing back up?
I think so. Yes.
Did your stream end?
No.
Okay, that's good.
Uh, I don't think it did. I hope not. Hmm. That's just obvious now. The two.
Oh.
This has to be one.
I think you've stopped sharing your screen though.
Oh, did I? Oh, my fault. My fault. My
No, it's okay.
fault. Share. Minesweeper. Dumb as hell. Okay. Where was I? Oh, that sounds rough. Okay. This has to be a bomb. And they're all sharing one, so this has to be safe. Okay. So that solves that part. Awesome. Why am I? Okay.
Okay, what are we
Okay.
looking at?
So we've solved this end.
Very nice.
Um, a 1 and a 2.
What about that 3?
Bam. And that solves this. It solves that make these two bombs?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, so that solves this one. There's 3 here. So that solves this one.
Yep.
There's all ones here.
One of them already has a bomb next to it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Which would solve this one. That should be the bomb.
Yep.
That solves this one.
Yep.
Hmm. This has to be a bomb.
Yes.
And that's the only one left on this one, so that has to be a bomb.
Yes.
And that solves this one.
Okay.
So those two are obviously bombs. No. No. This has to be the bomb.
Oh, you sure?
No.
There's a three. There's a three that's solved.
No,
Not
that's not the thing that's solved.
to your left.
This one.
That's the one.
Ah, Kurimas. This one solved.
Nice.
Alright.
Hey, look at that. You solved like
Cool,
two
cool,
thirds of the board. We're getting through a
cool,
lot. Yeah.
cool, 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 cool. Okay.
Okay. So look at the 2-3-2.
Hmm.
So the three still needs two bombs, but the
Yep.
two only needs one more.
Hmm.
So for that three, for the top, middle, and bottom squares, there cannot be two at the top and middle because that would contradict the two because the two already
This one.
has one. No, the two that's on the top.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. So that would if we put two bombs in the top and middle, that would contradict that too because it already has one bomb. So
Yep.
it's the last one for that two has to be in the top or bottom square. But that does
Hmm.
also mean that the other three squares for that two are safe.
Hmm. Wait, the other scores for this too.
For
So the
the
top, these ones.
yes, those ones. Those
So
has to be
this,
safe.
these three have to be safe.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
These
That
that's three
solves
solved.
that one.
There you go.
Hmm. Hmm. Come on, brain. So that has
uh
these. Hmm.
Not
I'm just
necessarily.
thinking. Yeah. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. I feel like I have to stay up here. Hmm. Would this have to be a bomb?
Yes. You know why?
I just figured that since there's like,
It's the to the right.
yeah,
That one. Yeah. That was
it
the
would have
last
to be that
that was the
way.
last space for
Yeah,
that too.
that solves this. Shit. What? Okay, so the two here
Look at the three.
has this three
No, the one at the top. Above. One
has
more.
three.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so these two have to be the bombs then,
Yep.
and that solves this.
Yep.
What else does that solve? The fuck?
Mm,
Hmm.
the go to the two below you. One down. Okay, look at that.
Bomb. Question mark.
Yeah. What's that solve?
This one.
Yeah.
There's three left. That has to be a bomb.
Yep.
Does that solve? I don't know.
No. But look at the two.
This one
Yeah.
has two spaces, so that has to be a bomb. Which solves this one.
Yep.
It solves the three.
Yep. What
Hmm.
else?
Wait, that solved something else?
Yeah.
The two.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
This is a little bit tricky. Okay, so you
Yeah?
see that 3 and 4. Uh, so you see the
Yeah.
squares that they share?
Yeah.
How many bombs could there be in those two squares?
And these two?
No, actually yeah, in those two. How many bombs could there be in those two?
Two.
Are you sure? Because the 3 already has two bombs.
Ah, right. Ah, right. I forgot about these. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there should just be one.
Right. So what space would that be free then? Which space would be free then for the three?
This one.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at the one and the two. Which
Hmm.
spaces do they share?
They share this one
What else?
and this one.
In those three, right? So which spaces are safe for the one?
This one.
No.
No. These ones
Yes, that's right.
here. So these three would be safe.
Yes. Ooh.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Hello. How you doing? Okay. So yeah, these three are safe. Yes, yes, yes.
That was a guess actually.
Was
We because we already opened the three that we were looking at. But that's great. Hey,
oh,
it worked out. It worked out for us.
hey, hey.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so there's one.
Mm-hmm.
One that could also mean that this.
Yeah, not enough for that one.
Yeah, yeah. What else can I see?
So you're always gonna want to
In
look for clues that the number of available spaces matches the number of mines it still needs.
okay,
So there's a two at the bottom that I see
there's a two at the bottom.
right there.
That has to be a bar.
Yep. What else?
Which can.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that means this is a bomb,
Yes.
which means this.
Oh, perfectly cut. Flash's Wi-Fi is acting up again. But he is following, he's getting there. Yeah, you can hear the gears in his brain kind of grinding a little bit, but it's moving. I like to think that the little coaching and the little bit of advice that we're giving him is kind of lubricating the gears a little bit, helping it move a little bit more. He overflagged this spot. This one was definitely safe because there's already two here. I think he thought that this was a bomb because he was looking at the three. I noticed that he tends to forget that there are other spaces that the clues are touching. He tends to forget that the numbers are looking at all eight spaces surrounding it. So he sees the flag here, he sees a flag here, he sees that this one would make a really neat cluster. So he tends to say that this one has to be the bomb. Um, if he like takes a moment to see that this two already has two bombs, so that would indicate to him that this one is safe. I can see that this one is safe. No, not safe. The bomb has to be either here or here. This one is safe. This one's a bomb, so this is safe, which makes this safe. Oh, okay. Flash is gone. That's okay. We'll get back to that if we get there. Hold on. Ba 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 ba. Oh, hello. Oh,
1 km. Holy.
hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Am I alive?
you're alive.
I don't think so.
You are. I can hear you.
I.
Oh, you mean like on
Okay,
stream?
awesome.
All right. Can you share your screen again?
No, no, just I just wanted to check if I am alive inside still. Where I'm using my phone's Wi-Fi right now. It's
Oh,
crazy.
oh damn. Hey, if it's any consolation, Santina is also
Mm-hmm.
having issues with her Wi-Fi. So you're not alone.
Oh, damn. Mm.
Stream failed to start.
Oh,
Are you okay?
uh, um, I think so. Wait, my other Wi-Fi is back. Let me see if I
Okay.
TikTok, please.
Oh, okay. I see it now. Okay. Oh shoot. Um.
Okay,
Okay. Where are you?
okay.
You overflagged there, buddy.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. So go back to that
Where?
three. Go that three that you did. Three to the left. That one.
Yeah,
You overflagged.
I did.
Yeah. Look at the two.
Uh,
So that one has to be
wait,
safe.
but how do I? It has to be. Okay, I'm gonna refresh this real quick.
Yeah. I'm a little bit worried that we kind of fucked that over. Okay. Okay. Thank God. Okay. We're because if that went through, if that cord went through, then we would have lost the entire thing. But we're
Oh
good.
wait, really?
Yeah, because the last bomb has to be on one of those last three spaces. But it's fine. Uh, uh, okay, we're fine. We're good for now.
Yep. Yep.
Let's go back to that three that you were looking at, the one at the bottom. You see
This
that?
one.
Okay, so the two is already solved, right?
Yeah.
There you
So I'll
go.
click the two.
Okay. All right. What else do you see?
Okay. I see. Not much. Um.
There's a two
Hmm.
there that only needs one more bomb.
That would be this one.
Yeah, which
So that solves
solves.
this and this.
Okay.
It still has
Yeah,
three.
Santina, we're
So
doing
that's.
hard. We went from easy to hard because I believe in Flash.
I don't believe in me though. Hold on. Hey. Hold on now. TikTok. Stop it. Okay. Let me close that. Right. Wait, is my. Sorry, give me one sec
Sure.
here. I might need to refresh. No, do I? Yes. Just need to get into this link. Nope, that's not a link, that's a JPEG. Why is it not in dark mode? What? Oh,
You okay?
oh. Um, I'm trying to. Wait. Allow it. I don't think the stream together is on again
Oh, it's not?
because I disconnected.
Oh,
I
damn.
might have to. Give me a second here. Viewer Collins is wild. Hell no. Put that up. Mute this. There we go. Awesome. Anyway, There's a 1 here and a 2 here. So that means this has to be the bomb,
Yes.
making this safe. Okay. 2 here. That has to be the bomb.
That's right.
That makes that safe.
Yep.
Okay. 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 Three quarters of the way. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That's still a 50-50.
Yeah. Look at the leftmost three.
This one
Yeah.
has 2 spaces, so that makes these bombs.
Yeah.
I should have just even looked at the 1. That would have helped. That solves this one though,
Yes.
and this one,
Yes.
and this one,
Yes. What else?
and this one,
That's right.
and these 2 are bombs.
Yeah, you got that.
Okay. Hmm. There's 2 here, but there's not. That's too many. Wait. No, there's too many things to look at here, though.
So that
But
3
this
and the
is
2.
screaming at me.
Yeah, the 3 and the 2. Okay, yeah, it's screaming at you because look at the 2 below it.
Yeah. 2 below it has 2, so this that solves this.
There you go.
Corner ones. Question mark?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
There's a 3 that's solved.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I just saw that too.
And the 4.
Yo, and
Yeah,
that's solved.
there you go.
A 4?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
The one that you were looking at
A 4?
before.
I was looking. Huh? I was looking at a 4?
Yeah, you were looking at the 4. I'm look. Go down.
This one.
To the right.
Oh yeah.
There you
That's
go.
right. Oh
Okay.
yeah. So this only has 2 spaces.
Mm,
There's a 1 and a 3, which makes this the bomb.
yeah.
Logically speaking. Okay. There's a 3 and a 2. This has to be the bomb? Question mark.
How'd you figure?
There's the 3 here. I've already got 2 flags,
Yeah.
and it's sharing this square with the 2.
Okay, so you're right in saying that there's a bomb there, but the logic. So it's kind of like you got the correct answer, but with the wrong solution, with the wrong formula.
Okay.
So let's dial back a little bit. You can remove that bomb first, so you can figure out how I came about that. So you see those cluster of ones?
Yes, this one?
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
so that one has a bomb, right?
Yeah. This one?
That one, yeah.
Mm.
Because that's the only other space where
That
it
does
could
have a
be.
bomb. Yeah.
And that solves the 1. And then you look at the 2, and you see there's only 1 space remaining. And that was the one that you said it was a bomb. So you were right that it was a bomb. You just got there in a little bit in a little weird way.
That makes this safe.
Yeah.
1, 2. Wait, 1. There's 2 spaces left here, and there's 2.
Yeah.
So that means these both have to be bombs.
The 3 needs how many more
What?
bombs?
This 3 needs 1 more,
1 more. Okay.
and this one needs one more.
Yeah.
So it has to be one of these two
What
for
does
it
that mean
to
for
kind of.
the other spaces at the top?
That means these are safe.
There you go.
And thank you for giving that away.
There you go.
And do that. Two. So that means this is a bomb.
Whoop.
Oh. Oh. Oh wait, no, it's not because it's connected to that one. So that means it's
Yeah.
solved. And then this would have to be the
Oh.
bomb then. She. That's solved
There you
because the
go.
one is there.
Yes.
Okay. So now there's one here and two there. So that means I don't know what that means. This has to be a bomb.
Yes.
And there's two. It's not really giving me much. Oh wait, there's one space here. So this
Yes.
has to be the bomb. That means
Yeah.
this is safe.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Um, there's two spaces left here, so these have to be the bombs,
That's right.
which solves this.
Yeah.
Two. Two has two spaces, but three also has two spaces. Would that make this the bomb?
No, not necessarily. But there's a two that's already
Oh,
solved.
wait.
That one.
Huh?
That one. That's solved.
Oh yeah, because there's one space left. Right. Gotcha. Okay. So this, oh no. No. This has, no, that's three spaces. This has two. It makes it a 50-50.
What about that two though?
Unless this two
Yeah.
has one space. So that makes this one the safe spot. But I'll just click this because I can. Okay. Okay. So it has some, I have a feeling it has something to do with these three blocks.
Not enough for me.
Not enough. Fair enough.
What else is solved? What else do you think? There you go.
One is solved.
Okay.
Two is solved.
Okay.
That's a bomb.
Yeah.
Three is solved.
Yeah. There you
Let's
go.
3K seconds type shit. That's fucking painful. Holy.
That was so
Oh my
good.
goodness.
You got there,
That
dude. How many? How long is
just,
that? 3,943 seconds.
yeah, just only
That's
3,000. Yeah.
that's an
You know
hour.
what I'm saying?
That's an
Like,
hour. Yo, good job. How do you
1
feel?
hour to solve a
How do you feel?
damn board.
How do you feel?
Oh,
How do you
my
feel?
brain.
Yeah.
My brain hurts. All in hurt is all I know.
Was it a mistake for me to push you too
Um,
hard so early?
yes,
Yeah.
I think so. It takes me a dang hour to finish a freaking
A
yeah,
hard, yeah.
one of these boards.
Yeah.
You had too much faith in me.
No, but
A bit too
I was
much.
telling no, I was telling Chat while you were away that I can absolutely tell that if given enough time, you would have figured all of those out yourself. Um,
Hmm.
you were able to follow along all of the logics and all of the thought processes that I was teaching you, so that was really good. The only problem that I
Hmm.
was seeing is that you tend to um uh you're kind of struggling with with maneuvering around the board, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like earlier where you thought that there was a bomb next to the 3 but you didn't notice the 2 that was already solved. That almost cost us an hour's worth of hard work. Thank God your
Damn.
Wi-Fi was lagging.
Yes. W Wi-Fi.
But yeah,
W damn
but
Wi-Fi.
other than that, I think that was
Holy.
the only thing. I think that was just the only issue I think you were struggling with. That you had a little bit of problem of noticing other parts of the board that was already solved, which kind of leads
Hmm.
you to making those mistakes of, oh, maybe this is a bomb, but actually was safe, or more
Hmm.
detrimentally the other way around. But no, but like you're able to get the logic down, you're able to get the thought process and the patterns down. So yeah, no, I think like pushing you down, pushing up to hard. I think that you can solve medium board, and mind you, this is no guessing mode, so you never have to worry about 50-50s. You never have to worry about um uh being forced to guess some
Hmm.
part of the board. So there's that. I really like no guessing mode because of that aspect. You never have to guess. There's always something that you can look at. But
Hmm.
yeah, no, I think you did pretty good. I think you did really great.
I think I didn't, but no, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't know. Like I think when it comes to hard mode, like it just became overwhelming the amount of like squares that are there.
Yeah,
So it's like I just begin to lose track of like where I'm at or where I should be
yeah,
when it comes to like solving stuff.
yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So how if you click on medium and you look at how small it is compared to hard, does that seem a little bit more
Hmm.
manageable for you?
I think so.
Yeah, cool.
I think.
Yeah.
I think. As soon as I start, I'm just like, what do I do?
Nah, nah, man.
What do I do?
Nah, man. I
Uh,
think you're good. I think that's a good spot for us to end. You did pretty good. Honestly, you did really great for your first time. I
thank
think
you, thank you.
yeah. But yeah, no. I hopefully that this would encourage you to play Minesweeper just a little bit more, even off
I'm
stream.
definitely playing this off stream. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like the moment I stop stream, I'm gonna be like just back on it. I'm not
Nice.
even joking.
Okay. Hey, and yeah, if you're ever stuck someplace, you can always send me a screenshot and I can help you out. But yeah, I'm glad that you had. I hope you had fun.
It was very fun. Surprisingly, I didn't
Yeah,
think I would, but
yeah.
the moment like you can see like the logic and the thought patterns and whatnot, I'm just like, oh,
Oh yeah, that
okay,
makes sense.
okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Yeah,
Great,
I'm
great,
not
great.
that stupid after all.
What do you
Oh.
know? All right, great. Yeah, I think we can just stop streaming together from here. I don't know if you're gonna still be streaming after this, but I'm about to head out for dinner.
I am going to eat dinner. It is 9:30.
All right, great. Well, hey, it was a good time hanging out with you, Flash. Thank you so much
As
for the
always,
stream.
always a good time. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, we'll just end the stream together. Yeah, we'll end the streaming together from here.
Type shit.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
close out and then I'm gonna rate out to someone.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Actually, wait. Let me. Do I have
Dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba.
no? Everyone who usually watches me puts basketball in hoop, so makes sense. Fair enough. I have a feeling they will roast me the moment I jump on call with those guys, so that's gonna be fun. Yeah,
Nah, you did great. You did great.
I think I did. I'd like to think I did.
No, you did terribly for compared to anyone else who's known how to play Minesweeper, but you did great for being the first time playing Minesweeper. You completed a board, a hard no guess board for on your first try. So that's worth something.
I guess so. I'll take it. We'll take those. We take those. We take those. Yeah.
Considering that of 5 minutes of me teaching you how to play the game, I had to speak in Tagalog. I think that That was more of a
Oh
handicap
yeah,
to you
yeah.
than anything else.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. I
Alright,
feel that it was fine. It was fine.
great. Well, all right. Thank you
Hmm.
so much, Flash, for the stream. You have enjoy your
No,
dinner.
thank
You
you,
enjoy
thank
the rest
you.
of your
I
evening.
shall. You too. You too.
All right. Bye, Flash. Love you.
Bye bye. Love you. Bye bye.
There we go. So we're no longer streaming with Flash, I feel like. Let me just leave the call. Bup, 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 bup. Cool. Great. So, anyway, um, was pretty much self-taught other than the basics the Kuya gave me. It took me a while to get the hang of it. Yeah, Santina, like, I feel like Santina was able to follow along, like, especially when we were learning how to play with efficiency. Uh, you, de- you were definitely there in the learning process as well. So that was really cool. But yeah, no, that's gonna be it for us tonight. We're gonna raid out to Magindara VT. She is a Filipino streamer as well. She's playing Samurai Warriors 4. So after watching me and Flash play so really brain hurting, big brain kind of game, it's nice to take a break and watch some hack and slash and such. Uh, leave her a follow. Give her a follow. She's a VTuber. She's also a Filipino streamer. Um, she does cozy games, indie horror, management sims, a lot of really cool stuff. Um, so yeah, please give her a follow if you once you get there. You can copy paste this if you're subbed. You can copy paste this if you are sub. Copy paste the other one if you're not sub. But hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It's your favorite turtle telling you to keep working towards better and better and better days. And as always, please stay moist. Oh, bye bye.